Dhyanamoolam Gurumurti Pujamoolam Gurupadam Mantramoolam Gurvakyam Mokshamoolam Gurukripa. Om Shri Gurue Namaha. Hari Om. So we'll continue from the last time. Last time we were looking at the different kind of vasanas or the impressions or the karmas that we have planted and that prevents us either from meditating or even during dharana, that is contemplation, and what really can be done. If we all are highly involved and our activities are such that mind is all the time in a very high movement, so that even for a second or two, we cannot think of it, whether eyes are closed or open. That shows our conscious vasanas and our priorities are so high. For that, initially we have suggested that you sit and chant Om loud, and after chanting Om loud, if your mind just feels like closing your eyes, then you may slowly chant Om mentally. And various other techniques have been shown. At the subconscious level, meaning right now you can close your eyes, or even if you decide to, that I do not want to think of anything else, and you step to dharana, the contemplation will be easier. In that case, you progress with little bit of yoga nidra, little bit of pranayama, and you can explore your subconscious level. At the conscious level, at the alert level, during Jagruta sthiti, you can tell your mind, calm down, and your mind may obey. But at the subconscious level, it makes your mind reactive and making various decisions, and various thoughts come and go. That is at the subconscious level. And at the unconscious level, it is so deeply woven in, so that becomes pretty much our nature, you can call it. Nature assigned to this life. And in that case, few others deeper and subtler yoga nidras one has to do, and one has to find out where actually the shoe is pinching. And sometimes in this, some wise people or some guru may help you. Anyhow, taking those steps, let me just go through certain slides. Subconscious vasanas, deeper yoga nidra can help, meaning genuinely following the suggestions. It's not just simply listening to somebody else's yoga nidra suggestion and then going to sleep. That is not the purpose of yoga nidra. Unconscious vasanas, antarmona, that process we have earlier dealt with, in which we call 3-point awareness. And that too will go deep into it, and it's not a matter of overnight, but you have to go through step by step. And every step in the life, you have to pause and think. And you have to remind yourself that all the 5 sensory organs, or the cognitive senses, anytime when they get engaged into some objective searching for the objective characteristic, means how beautiful a particular flower is, how fragrant it is, and what are the nice colors, and the music is so nice, the food is tasting so good. Whereby I'm not suggesting not to taste, but understanding and reminding yourself that these are for your body. And the attraction to this is not truly an attraction. So, antarmona process, we have done it, and that will help you with unconscious vasanas. Going to the next slide. Some of the vasana reduction tools we have discussed at various levels. And last time we were looking at the complaining, or the complaint is one of the biggest obstruction. As soon as you find out that you differ with certain things, do not have a reactive mode and try not to complain. So acceptance is the key. Then the second point one has to understand is comparison. Long, short, more beautiful, less beautiful. Because that is where you're giving rise to your mind. You're stimulating your mind. You're energizing your mind. Then the next point is control. Having control over. Instead of the word control, master it. You have mastery over your mind and over anything else. Meaning, if you happen to be a supervisor, a good thing to do is to work with the people, and nobody should work under you, under your command. And the last one in this, a few more, but this poor major, all right, good. A question came up as to what is vasana. I explain in a minute. So, but let me finish the fourth one. Criticism. Criticize Criticism, all those words comes from complaining attitude, comparison, and we are almost all are so good at criticizing somebody. So most of the time, criticism lets you feel that you are superior, other person is inferior, and the other person doesn't know what he is talking or what he is understanding. So the criticism, this 4 points, one has to be continuously aware. And those points you can make notes, and you can also often refer to this video, which we eventually put it on YouTube under Sarti Yoga Foundation section of YouTube. Now the question, and I'm so glad that the person asked as to what is vasana. Vasana is a filter which prevents you from meditating, which energizes your mind in a reactive manner. Now, what is again the vasanas? Vasanas are the psycho-emotional and physical impressions stored in your mind. And that stored image, for example, you're sitting for meditation and the vasana will come in, internal argument. Your mind will argue. And you say, why are you wasting your time? You know you cannot do meditation. To heck with it. Just carry on, do what you need to do. But just sitting for 5-10 minutes, it's not going to help you. So this kind of inner argument will come into picture. Vasanas. Other thing can be, if you bring in the laws of karma into picture. For example, you have done something bad to somebody, and the matter might have gone to the court, and in the court you were proved innocent. But truly, in the way deep depth at your heart, you know that you have done wrong. Whether in the eyes of the law you were proven to be innocent or not, it's a different story. So this seed have been planted in you. As in when some matching situation will occur, that time you will have to pay the price. That seed, when it comes to fruition, when it fructifies, at that time you will have to pay the price. And at that time, you will wonder, Asha, God, why me? No. This was, you had architectured your present from or with your past activities. So these are the vasanas. And vasana will interpret an occurrence or an event per or with that filter, and that is how you start interfering, not interpreting. So as soon as you see little cloud in the sky, and I'm not saying that's always the wrong interpretation, but moment you see the cloud, instead of seeing the beauty of the cloud, you will start thinking, oh my God, I hope it doesn't rain. That was your vasana, and with which you are interpreting the current moment instead of just enjoying it. Because way back in your mind, you know you did not like rain. So understand the word vasana. and Vasana will filter learning of the outside world with objective thinking only, and you will not see the subjective interpretation or the beauty behind or the creator aspect point of view or non-duality, meaning you and what is happening outside. They're not two different things. The intelligence and the energy that drives you, the same intelligence and energy drives the outside world. All right, I hope you understand the word vasana. Now, dedication for this kind of, any kind of activity, some suggestions will help you when you go for meditation. First of all, dedicated place in your house, in your car, or wherever, under a tree. And house is a fairly decent place where you designate one little area where you will do exclusively nothing but meditation. Then dedicated asana, the seat. Okay, here asana does not mean posture. So you designate that I will have a little folded blanket for it, or I may have yoga mat for it, or I will just have one reserved corner of carpet. So that is your dedicated asana. Dedicated clothes, certain clothes you wear for this purpose only, because everything carries vibration and which may allow you or prevent you. So dedicate some clothes for it. That does not mean you have to buy brand new clothes, understand. You can be using any clothes, preferably white color will be preferable, because that will not create a gaudy, stimulating effect. Dedicated time, like the time we get up, the time we go for breakfast, the time we go for lunch or dinner, exactly like this. You decide what time, and at that time, you will develop an appetite for meditation. Dedicated situation. What I mean by dedicated situation, you orient in such a manner. I will take both the situation and environment together. Or situation whereby try not to do two things or three things together. While you are in the middle of it and don't think, let me finish meditation. Meditation is not to be finished. And the last thing, dedicated environment, meaning do not keep the window fully open or fully closed, meaning be comfortable and do not let any other music going on or the TV going on, or do not be blotted with heavy stomach, or do not also be or remain thirsty or so much of water so that you feel uncomfortable. So this some comfort and situations need to be done. That means empty your bowel and bladder. Make sure then you have some time during which you do not do ooh and ah, meaning, oh, my leg hurts and my hand hurts. Take care of that aspect first so that you are all set. Understand this point for under the topic dedication. Now, the posture we have seen Kosha's posture before, so I'm not getting into it. And that part we knew. So today we'll be learning one more trick, not a trick, a technique. And that technique is Tranquil Flow of Prana, TFP. What it is, some very simple step. First, from Sarthi's point of view, we never just sit from outside and start following the meditation technique. We calm ourselves down. So with the 5 diaphragm breath, and before even the diaphragm breath, 5 diaphragm breath, breathe in through the nose and out through the center of the lips. Simple breath in and out. Then 5 breath similar to that with mental chanting of Om. Then you follow this TFP, Tranquil Flow of Prana. We will be practicing this, but right now, I'm just going through the step by step. 5 diaphragm breath, that means only the stomach breathing. Okay? Then 5 chest breath, meaning the middle part of the lungs will try to breathe. And then 5 collarbone breathing, the upper chamber of the breath. Then we'll go to the complete breath, 5 continuous total breath. What is total breath? So first, let the stomach protrude and fill the lower part of your lungs. Then you fill the chest part middle, and then the collarbone, the clavicular region. Once having done this, then 5 tranquil breath. Tranquil breath meaning you carry on this, but do not put too much of doing activities in it. Let it just flow nice and easy, smooth flowing. And once when that thing is done, then instead of the breath, try to follow the prana, meaning the subtle force that drives you starting from the bottom. Now you're not focusing on your lungs, you're focusing along the spine. So you're focusing on the spine, and as the subtle force of the prana is rising, you try to be very peaceful, very silent, and observe. That's why we have used the word tranquil, very smooth, flowing up, inhalation, and then while exhaling, it is flowing down. You have 5 of those breaths, and that, after it is done, you will have such a beautiful tranquility, silence, so just enjoy it. So let us practice this. So once again, for the TFP, Tranquil Flow of Prana. So let's begin that. And as usual, understand, do not rush at any activity. These are still some methodology to calm your mind down. And once the mind is calm, then you just keep on observing and make sure that you check that the mind does not get into any reactive mode. I do not let your mind entertain you. What next? Oh, I will finish this in 5 minutes TFP, but then I will go and I will do this and I will do that. So what is truly happening is you are preventing and you're observing your mind and you're preventing it to get into the reactive mode. You're preventing it from getting into the reactive mode. And more you observe your mind. Do not condemn the mind. Just observe and smoothly say, as if you're talking to somebody and say, my dear mind, I appreciate that, but leave me alone for the time being. I do not want you to entertain me, or I want to entertain you. No more entertainment. Leave me alone. So leave me alone leads you to mastery. All right. Kindly take comfortable seat and very gently close your eyes. Observe your breathing. Have 5 breaths with awareness. So you are breathing in through nose and out through the lips. In through nose and very softly out through the lips. Now I will let you carry on 3 breaths for your ability or for your style. Just breathe in 3 times and out through your lips. Now at your own space, 5 more breaths with mental chanting of Om. Begin. Now retain your posture the way it is. Have your eyes still very delicately closed. And now you breathe in such a manner you will have little shallow breath because you are just allowing stomach to breathe. So have 5 stomach breath. Mind you, no chest movement at all, no collarbone movement. Carry on at your own pace. 5 breath. Now just the chest breathing. Let the chest go forward and inward, middle lungs breathing. Begin nice and easy by chest breathing. Now be aware of your collarbone. So as you breathe in, just the collarbone rises. So have 5 of those breaths. Kindly begin. Now we'll have complete breath, meaning we'll begin first filling the diaphragm and filling the middle chest, middle lungs, and then the upper lung. And when we breathe out the upper lungs first, middle lungs later, and then the belly breath. And let that suck in your stomach. And start diaphragm, middle, and collarbone region. Collarbone, middle, and the diaphragm last. All right, 5 breaths of that nature. Let's begin. Now slowly have your full awareness not on the breath, not on the lungs, but all along the spine. Very gently start observing the spine as you start breathing in. Start observing from the bottom of the spine and this prana going up the spine. And when the movement stops at the upper level, then apana begins and let apana move down the spine. So tingling's movement up the spine and then tingling movement down the spine. So with that, let us have 5 tranquil prana begin. Now just observe the silence. Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. With this, dear friends, I will be concluding the Sunday's meditation session. We will not be having any more Sunday's meditation session.